atom. It is the smallest unit in all things in the universe. Everything in the universe made up of chemical molecules, and chemical molecules made up of chemical elements, and chemical elements it is atoms. All chemical elements put in chemical periodic table. Why it's the atom named before. The Greeks first to give atom its name. In the Greek language, atom means that a body cannot divide. What's the atom made up of? Basically it's made up of nucleus and electrons. Electrons are located in orbits. The first orbit has 2 electrons and the second has 8. The orbit which is located away from the nucleus, it's bigger than a previous orbit which is located closer to the nucleus. Electrons want to be closer to the nucleus because their charge is negative and the charge of nucleus is positive. Well, electrons attract to the nucleus, but electrons cannot be in the same orbit because they have the same charge. Electron is not stable, it revolves around itself, also it revolves around the nucleus. This process like a motion of moon and earth. What is the nucleus made up of? It's made up of protons and neutrons. It has a positive charge, it is equal of electron's charge. What is the proton? It has a positive charge, the number of electrons equal the number of protons. If it is not, the atom will convert to the ion. Proton is made up of 3 quarks, 2 up quarks and 1 down quark. What is the neutron? It has a bigger mass than protons. It has a Madeira charge. It is responsible with protons of mass number. It is made up of 3 quarks, 1 up quark and 2 down quarks. Why the atom is knit? Because the attraction force between electrons and nucleus. What is the ion? It is an atom which loses electron or some electrons, or which is gain electron or some electrons. We have 2 types of ions. First type, when atom loses electron, the charge of atom converts from Madeira to positive. Second type, when atom gain electron from the surrounding, it converts to negative ion. Atomic octet rule. All atoms wanna be stability. All atoms wanna put 8 electrons in the last orbit, but helium and hydrogen wanna put 2 electrons in the last orbit. Well, we have 3 conditions. First condition is throwing. If an atom has 1 or 2 or 3 electrons in the last orbit and it has 8 electrons, the atom throw the electrons in the last orbit. When it does that, it gains the positive charge and attract to another atom which has a negative charge, or maybe this atom involves its electrons with another atom and form a chemical bond. Second condition is the gaining. If an atom has 7 or 6 or 5 electrons, it will gain electrons from the surrounding. When it does that, it gain a negative charge and attract to another atom which has a positive charge or involved its electrons with another atom and form a chemical bond. Third condition is involving 1. An atom has 4 electrons in the last orbit and 8 electrons in the before last orbit. Almost it will involve the electrons with another atom. If there aren't another atom can involved with it, the atom will gain 4 electrons from the surrounding, but it is so hard. Well, if it cannot, it will loses 4 electrons.